Hello everyone. I'm just looking to see if we have everything set up correctly. You can see in the frame. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to my fourth product play video for the month of February. This is our final video for the month. And it's been lots of fun making different projects using the Fine Art Floral Suite and the Sand and Sea Suite. Today we are going to be doing a card using both the Shark Frenzy stamp set and then the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set. We're going to pull our sentiment from here and a couple of small things, but I really wanted to use the Shark Frenzy stamp set as well because I like the way I love this stamp set, and it's fun to use different things with what they're not intended for. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. If you guys want to see the card, here's the card that we're going to be doing. This little shark guy is just so stinking cute. So, all right. We are going to begin with that. So, all right. I'm going to begin by getting my pieces here and folding my cardstock in half, and I did not score it beforehand. I usually like to score my card bases before I fold them in half, but that's okay. That's why we have a bone folder. It'll help us still get a nice crease despite the fact. And then next I'm going to take and adhere. This is a piece of the DSP from the Sand and Sea Suite. This DSP is so versatile. You could use it in so many different ways. It's just really fun to play with. And then, all right, my next thing is I'm going to do some stamping. I just have a scrap that it doesn't really matter what size it is. I just have a scrap that I'm going to use. The first thing I'm going to do is stamp my shark. And he has two pieces. He's a two-step stamp. So he has his outline piece, and then he has his fill-in piece, which Stampin' Up! Started doing this probably a couple of years ago, where they would give you the fill-in piece to fill in an outline stamp, and I have loved that because it makes life so much easier. So I'm going to be stamping him in Sahara sand. Okay, and then I'm going to take and stamp. So this is the inside piece. I'm going to stamp it, and then I'm going to stamp off once because I want it to be, I'm stamping it in the same color, Sahara sand, but I want it to be just lighter. So I'm going to stamp it off once, and then I have to just take and you just line it up with the lines of the stamp. And I usually start on one end, and if I can get one end lined up, then I just go down, press, voila, he's all filled in. That makes it so easy to fill these colors in and use these stamps. Okay, next we need to stamp a couple of seashells. So these are, this is a small seashell and a medium-sized one. They're actually the seashells that you could cut out using this die. If you recognize this is the die from that goes with the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set, but it kind of makes it hard to get your specific shape that you want because it's all together. So I'm choosing to skip that step, and I'm just going to stamp them on my card stock and then cut them out with my scissors, because really they're just small and they don't take much more than a couple minutes to stamp out or to cut out. Plus, I am one of those people that enjoys fussy cutting. Okay. This is So Saffron. The pink was Flirty Flamingo. Now I'm stamping in So Saffron. Okay. And then we are going to take, I'm going to take the shark and I'll cut him out. He has a framelit that cuts him out. So I'll put him aside for just a second and quickly show you how to cut these out. When I fussy cut, if you'll notice, my right hand does not move. Okay, it stays pretty stationary, and I'm using my left hand to turn the paper and get a good even trim around that. Do this other one here. All right, almost done. These are seriously one of the easiest things to trim out. Just come around the edge here. Okay, there you go. Your two little shells. And now we need to do a little bit, well, first of all, we're gonna cut out our shark, and I'm gonna take this. So this piece of paper measures 3 3/4 by 4, so it's not quite square. So you want to be aware of that, and it's gonna obviously sit on our cardstock like this. So you want to make sure that you have the correct side, because one side is 4, so it's too long. You want to make sure that you have the 3 3/4 side, because you're gonna use a die to cut along the top. So I'll bring in my die cutting machine. And what I'm gonna do, this is a die from the Shark Frenzy bundle. It just makes it look kind of like a wave. So I'm gonna use that on my paper. And you can judge how far up or far down you want to cut your wave. There's no wrong or right answer as far as that goes. Screw that down here, because then we can cut our shark at the same time. Like I said, he has a little framelit that cuts him right out. Just get it lined up. Okay. And then where did my other plate go? Did I misplace it? Oh, I do not see my other plate. Let's see here. Here it is. Okay, put that back on like that. I'm going to take and run this through the die cutting machine. Hopefully not shake the camera too much. All right, we'll put that away and take. So as you can see, this just takes this piece. You can take that piece and use it for something else, or throw it away. And then we'll take our little shark guy out. And we've got him taken care of. Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit more stamping on the bottom of our DSP here. So the idea is this is supposed to look like water, right? Like our shark is going to be underwater. So I'm going to take some Pear Pizzazz ink, and this is a stamp from the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp, some seaweed, and I'm going to take and stamp it on this right side, but I'm not stamping it all the way up. Like I'm stamping off the page just a little bit, off the paper just a little bit. So I'm doing one taller one, and then I'm going to do one really short one right next to it to just kind of create the look, a little bit of seaweed in the corner there. And one last thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our Sahara Sand ink, and we're going to take, in the Friends Are Like Seashell stamp set, there's also this little stamp that looks like sand pebbles or sand grains. So I'm just going to take and stamp some of that across. I'm just doing 2 things of it across the bottom. And then on the left side, we do need to fill that in. So as part of the Shark Frenzy bundle, it has this, like I said, it has a set of dies. It has these cute little things of seaweed that you can cut out. So I took and cut these out before I started the video, and now I just want to show you. These have adhesive on the back. What I did is we sell something called adhesive sheets, and I put it on a piece of Pear Pizzazz paper, and then I ran it through the Big Shot like that, and so then when I cut out my shape, I end up with, it makes it super easy to lay down your shapes when you have that adhesive already on the back. You don't have to mess with liquid glue or anything. It just can, it's like a sticker. And I'm going to take this one, and this one I'm going to just put, I want it to be a little bit shorter, so I'm just going to kind of take and put it off a little bit, and then I'll just flip this over, cut the edge like that. Now we have our little scene set up, and we are going to take and glue this to our card. So make sure we get enough adhesive. Okay. So center that on your card where it belongs. And then we're going to start putting everything together. So on our 2 seashells, we're going to use some dimensionals. Okay, I'm finishing up a little page of dimensionals. I use every inch of my dimensional sheet. Oh, you know what? I really didn't want those on dimensionals now that I think about it, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to take those dimensionals off and reuse them somewhere else. Sometimes you just get going and you forget what you did once already. Okay. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of him instead. So that's what I wanted to dimensional up. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to put him on first. Pull all my dimensional backs off and center him kind of over here in the corner. Then I'm going to take my just adhesive. I want these to be flat. And the reason I wanted the seashells to be flat is because my shark is already on dimensionals, and then my sentiment is going to be on dimensionals, and I just wanted a little bit of variety. So, all right, there's one shell. Did I get any adhesive on it? Sometimes it doesn't roll the way you think it did. Okay, there's the second shell. They're like sitting on the bottom of our ocean floor. Okay, next we are going to take, I have 24 inches here of linen thread, and I'm going to take and wrap it around the card. And I want, if you can see in the card here, I want my bow to end up on this side of the card. So what I like to do is I'm going to take about 6 inches and hang it off this side of the card, and then take and wrap this around twice. It's probably a little too much, a little less than 6 inches. Okay, so wrap this around the card, wrap it around twice, and then it meets up over here on this side, right? And I still, sometimes it's hard to find the balance of how much you leave hanging off and how much you don't. All right, let's try this. 3rd time's the charm, right? I'm gonna try just about leaving 4 inches hanging off. I never can remember from one time to the next. Okay, let's see. I'm really making this look harder than it is. Okay, I think I got it this time. So I'm going to bring this up, and then I'm going to take it and tie it in a knot because I want it tight. Tie it in a knot right here towards the edge of my paper. Make sure your knot's towards the edge of that paper. Just put my finger down and pull that tight, okay? That's just so that your strands don't slip. And now I can take it and flip it like this, and I'm just going to tie it in a knot, or excuse me, not a knot, a bow. Tie my bow. And then I can take and play with my bow until it gets to be the size that I want it to be. Okay. Trim that up a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna, last thing. I have a tag here that I've already pre-cut out of the Tasteful Labels die pack. If you don't have that die pack, you need to get it because it has lots of just good basic labels that you can use on anything. So I already cut that out, and I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo ink pad, and the sentiment I chose is friends are like seashells. You collect them along the way. So bring this down here so I can see. Okay. You need to put it, I'm going to put dimensionals on that. I have one on top and one on bottom so that it goes over my linen thread. Take it here. And you want to put that on the right way. Okay, and then just put it over here in the corner. Like that. Just tighten that bow up a little bit. I don't like it. Okay. And last, we're going to once again take our opal rounds and put them on the bottom of our, they kind of look like bubbles. Not that there's anything creating those bubbles, but you know. All right. I'm going to use a large one at the very bottom. And then I'm going to use two smaller ones to do, oh, they got stuck on top of each other. Use two smaller ones to kind of go up like this. Like that, in the corner. And there you have it. Sand Sea DSP with a little bit of Shark Frenzy. All right, so today is the last day you can purchase the kit for this month. It's $25. If you want to purchase the product play kit for February, you can go to my blog, which is www.myflutterblymoments.com. It gives you all the information. And if you want to print off the other projects that we've already done this month, you can get those there as well. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day.